Today, I'm going to show you how to get customers for your business. And specifically, if you have a creative business, one like mine, I was a videographer when I first started and I wanted to get videography clients. And I used YouTube and live streaming video to put together a very successful business plan in my first year. And that is what we're going to be talking about today. I'm going to be sharing with you what I did to build my business using live stream video and YouTube together, kind of like figuring it all out. And then, of course, building a brand name that is now recognized across the industry. We're going to be going into all of that and more. Today, it's the business of live video, folks. Today, we're going to be talking about live streaming strategies for photographers and creatives. Welcome to the show. My name is Owen Video. You can give me 5. That's right. Type 5 into the comment section now to let me know that you're alive. And remember that if you're new, and I'm talking to you, new guy or new gal, if you're new, be sure to type new into the comment section and skip ahead if you'd like to the 10-minute mark. If you want to dive right into the content, that's like a little thing that we do for you, is you could skip ahead to the 10-minute mark. Otherwise, I want you to stick around because we are going to do the pre-show where we welcome our live viewers and we give stuff away. My favorite part, personally, is giving stuff away. So let's give away some free gear. I am in a jolly mood today, folks. I think it's because we're hitting some milestones with this show and the new season coming up. We just finished a season. Today is our last episode of the season, and we're starting a new season after Labor Day. So I am super excited. I'm giddy about the new content coming up, and I want to thank you for being a part of the show. And that's why we give stuff away. And this month, we are giving away this Rode PodMic cardioid microphone. This microphone is perfect for live streaming from a desk or hosting your video podcast. It also features an internal pop filter to minimize your P's and your S's. It also comes with its own desktop stand where you can attach it virtually anywhere, and features its own shock mount to reduce vibration. It's normally $100 online, but you can get this mic for free. Hang on. What? That's right. You can get this mic for free. All you have to do is start a free account with Restream at epiclivevideo.com. That's right. Go to epiclivevideo.com and start a free account with Restream. Or if you already have an account, check this out. You know what you can do? You can actually upgrade your account from the free account to the $15 account, or from the $15 account up to the next plan. Either way, so many options. And you could win. You enter to win this microphone that you see on your screen right now. And if you're not using Restream, you should be, because Restream is the #1 live broadcasting tool that you need to get more customers on the web. You get a ton of cool features like being able to integrate with your Zoom calls and even some other free softwares that make it really, really rich. And you've got 250 different live stream platforms. We actually stream on like 8 right now. And all of them have different posting copy. They all have different tags in them. So really like optimized to have a great show. You get that for free with Restream. Plus this handy dandy studio dashboard with all sorts of features like cloud storage. So you can record a podcast. You can invite guests. You can share your screen. You can even add these overlay graphics and tons of analytics that will show you what is all happening with your show. You can get started right now with Restream at epiclivevideo.com. That's epiclivevideo.com. But for now, let's welcome our live audience. Super pumped to have you guys here today. You know, I really love chatting with the audience and just being able to take a moment and say, what's up? First of all, what's up to my girl, Teresa and Thomas? Air 5 to you. I am learning so much about gardening. It's true. I have like 8 radishes growing right now because I'm learning from my friend here. Okay, who else is out there? Hey, Jeremy Vest is logging in. Guys, if you don't know who Jeremy Vest is, you're missing out on the experience of a lifetime. I have bunked with this guy. We have traveled the world together. We've had coffee in Belfast. We have been through so much together. And, this is the type of, relationship that you want to be building in your business. You want to be, connecting with the other people in your space in more than just I know that person type of way. You really want to be, in your community. Anita Sonia logging in. She says, hi, Owen Hemstad. So nice to see you. We've got the handyman toolbox saying, howdy, Owen. Love your content. Well, I appreciate it so much. And this is me reminding you, sir, can we get that as I'm switching? Can we getting you to publish another video? Remember to publish another video. That is our motto. Constantly. Good to have you here. GameStar is here. Harley is here, who says black shirt on black background with that reverse floating head. Owen, is that what it is? I am wearing, it is. Okay, so I've got a light missing here too. I'm wearing a Blockbuster t-shirt today. Okay. And it's a white, it's like a baseball tee. And at the last moment, I looked at the screen and I was like, is this an appropriate shirt for today? I just worried about like promoting another brand, especially a brand that failed. Now, my boy Carlos, who runs the show behind the scenes, he's like, great shirt. I loved it, and fantastic. You know what I mean? And I just kind of like these last minute things that you think of when you're live streaming, I think are the little things that make a difference. I really do. I really do believe that. Consistent Ash is saying, very good. Thanks for asking. And she's talking to my good buddy, Let's Talk Stroke. Guess what his channel's about? And then where is Anita's comment? I want to put that back up on screen. She says, you need to come to Bali next year for my World Summit for live streamers. Hey, I'm there. I'm absolutely there because I love supporting the community. And I love recognizing people in the community like Demi logging in. Good to have you here, Demi. There's great people in the community. And I know there's so many of you out there that aren't always recognized for the work that you're doing. And sometimes, you never do. That's why on this show, we've implemented a brand new section. Well, it's not brand new anymore. We've been doing it this whole season called Streamer of the Week, where we recognize one of you who is out there doing fantastic work in live streaming. And this week's Streamer of the Week is my man, Bradley Teaches. Bradley helps live streamers and other video creators easily make professional quality graphics and enhancements with software that everyone has. Bradley has a top performing YouTube channel. He also live streams with Restream, and he goes by Bradley Teaches, where he shows you how to not only make the graphics, but use them to enhance the quality of your video. Bradley is also a close friend of the show. He is a Restream influencer doing playlists for Restream. And so we want to give you a big whoop, Air 5, Bradley Teaches. Thanks for all you do. You are setting the stage. And I'm excited to actually be working with Bradley a little bit more intimately over the next couple of weeks. He's got a project that is going on, behind the scenes that I think is going to blow all of you guys away. And if you want to get recognized for the work that you're doing, if you're doing some great stuff and you want us to notice you as Streamer of the Week, then share this video on your timeline right now, or tag someone in the comment section who is a photographer, a videographer. Maybe they do weddings and they're trying to grow their business. Our fantastic producer, Mr. Carlos, is going to pick one lucky shareifier or tagifier to be the Streamer of the Week on next week's show. My buddy Demi Hart is saying, I love your energy, Owen. Hey, I appreciate that, my man. I want you to know that I am a stage 4 cancer patient, and I am beating back all of the odds. Every single one of my tests has shown that I'm actually defeating the cancer. It is getting smaller and smaller with every single scan because I'm taking a lot of effort into my treatment, and I'm doing a ton of things. And why am I sharing that with you guys? That's like, it seems really personal, right? And like, doesn't that make you kind of go like, oh my gosh, shouldn't you be at home resting? But the thing is, I have begun a treatment plan that has given me my energy back, and I feel so good every single day. And I want you to know that there is hope for cancer patients. There is hope for those of you with autoimmune disease. There are treatments out there, and a lot of them are right in front of you if you only knew where to look. And so you can always reach out to me personally if you want to know more about thriving with an illness. Thank you, Demi, for recognizing that today. Hard-boiled English is here, everybody. Paul's here, so we can finally start the show. And if you are ready to start the show, say yeah in the comment section right now, because today we are going to be talking about live streaming for photographers and creatives. And when we talk about live streaming, you know, we're talking about getting customers. I'm also going to be sharing with you a little bit about YouTube today, and the strategy, the pathway that I took to get videography clients every single day. I literally had clients coming to me every single day. We grew to this place where I couldn't handle it anymore. In fact, we went through a couple of different phases in our business, and I'll get to that in just a quick second. But if you're just joining us, I want to say welcome. And if you have questions, I would really love to interact with you guys today. I would really love to be in a place where you're sort of asking your strategy questions like, is this a good live stream idea? Paul had a great question in our Facebook group the other day about his live streaming strategy and how often he should go live. And so I want to open it up to you to ask a lot of questions and get a lot of my time today, almost like a virtual consultant. If you're watching this on the replay, don't worry. Ask your questions in the comment area or email me info@thevideospot.net. We would be happy to answer more of your questions. We've also got a live video checklist that you can download at any time where we show you exactly what you need to get started with live streaming as a business professional. In this checklist, we include things like the equipment that you need to get, but also what you should say on camera so that you sound a little bit more professional. And you can check that out at owenvideo.com/checklist. Now, how did I become this debonair? I mean, look at this. This is me on the left speaking at the Power of Video conference in Belfast, Ireland. The picture of me on the right is me speaking shortly after my first battle with cancer, speaking at Social Media Marketing World. I show you this because this is where I am now, but it's not where I came from. And so no matter how small your business might be right now, the work that you do today will pay off for years to come. And I feel like this is the big message that a lot of creatives and photographers, videographers sort of miss in the business. There's this sense of, I need customers today, okay? But I want you to be thinking long-term as well as today, okay? If I can ask for you to do that, because I'm blessed to have been all over the world and at the biggest stages teaching how YouTube and live streaming work for business owners. I restream every single week. Look at this, how meta this is for the Restream show. I have hung out with some of the top sort of names. I'm a regular contributor to the news, but I didn't begin here. You know, in fact, my beginnings are much more humble than this. You know, ever since I was a kid, I always loved video, but video wasn't really a thing when I was a kid. The only way you could be into video is that you had to be into Hollywood, and I just didn't think that was the right path for me. And so I went and I got jobs, and some of those jobs were even with video, but most of my jobs were in like service. And as I kept getting these jobs, I kept getting fired. Why? Because I really wasn't designed for that employee lifestyle. I was more designed for business and for being an entrepreneur. And so I had to this gift of being able to kind of like blend my video skills with my entrepreneurial skills. And this started happening for me all around the same time that YouTube started coming out. When I first started on YouTube, by the way, these are some of my first videos. I was making videos in my dad's basement, and really in anybody's basement. making videos about products and about, I thought this would be the best way. I'll use video to make videos to sell products. You know, we made some money. In fact, it was the videos that you see on your screen now that were super, super simple, you know, only 1,000 views. This was a long time ago, but we made money on these. And that's when it dawned on me. I could make a lot more money if I could sell my video skills to the business community. And this is the position I know a lot of you guys are in right now. You have a creative business, you sell artwork, you sell paintings even, or you sell music, or you sell music mixing, or you sell videography, or you sell photography. And this is a more competitive time than ever before. And if you're not teaching your clients to do, if you're not doing what you're teaching your clients to do, which is to create a presence, then you're going to run into problems. So you have got to be creating a presence for yourself with video. And this goes beyond just sort of like having a YouTube channel or going live on your phone. It goes beyond those sort of one-off tactics, and it becomes a quarter to quarter marketing strategy. Now, I'll tell you, if you're anything like me, when you said marketing strategy back in the day, that was a really tough place for me to be because I was creative. I am a creative. I know how to make really cool PowerPoint slides like this one. Isn't this a beautiful PowerPoint slide? I know how to make video. This is some of the earliest work that I did on my channel. This was I even did this one on the left where it says Vista. That's a college sports reel. I did a ton of those in my beginnings. I did videos for Enviropel, was a startup, and then law offices. I would even star in some of the videos for like a salon. Look at the guy with this hair doing that salon work. And this is how I started. But as I began to make more videos for my business and go live on Facebook, on YouTube, I started to get real demand. And this is a look at me making videos and doing live streaming with a couple of clients out in San Diego. In fact, we still do live stream workshops to this day, and we teach how to do live stream workshops. And you can check all of that out at this link on your screen right now. But where I want to go to with you today is, what do you do now? So you've got this creative business, and you know you need to be using video and live streaming to get clients. You know it can be done, but what do you do? Okay, that's what I want to sort of go in with you today. And I want to start with your programming strategy, your content strategy. Okay, before we talked a little bit about, and what we're talking about is like what types of videos that you should make and when you should make them. Okay, so it's like a content schedule, a content plan. And how do you come up with this content plan? First of all, I want you to think about the 5 W's. Okay. And now stop me if you guys have heard this before. The 5 W's is who, what, where, when, why, and how to. And what I want you to do is sort of like draw those out on a sheet of paper on an iPad user, right? So draw it out on your iPad as columns. And what we're going to do is we're going to go through an exercise that will come up with content that will help drive your decisions, what videos you should make, that will actually get people to become aware of you, that will help you build a presence online. Because here's the biggest mistake that so many of you guys are going to be making. It's going to be that you sort of make all sales videos or no sales videos. Can you relate to that a little bit? You know, and you've got to be in a place where you're making videos that do a number of things for you, like bringing people in, right? Exposing them to your products and services, but also showing off what you know how to do. It's far more likely that these videos will get shared on social media and lead to more business than will, Sally's wedding video. That's a whole different game, right? You do Sally's wedding video. Sally tells a friend, you may get a referral. That's great, but you can't build your business on that. You can't be like, every time I do a video, I'll get a couple referrals. That is one way of managing your business, and you should be doing that. But you also need to have a weekly content strategy. And I do stress weekly. Making one video a week, especially for a creative person, should be no problem. And live streaming is even easier, because with live streaming, you really only have to prepare notes and you can go live, right? So let's talk about the who, what, why, where, when, and how strategy. Now, if any of you guys are taking notes, write that down. Who, what, why, where, when, and how to. And again, I know that that's not one of the W's, but go with me on this one. And then I want you to start asking the questions that your audience is asking under the who section, like who to hire, right, for wedding photography. Who is the best wedding photographer in Cincinnati, Ohio? Who is the best wedding photographer in Orange County? If you serve a variety of different areas, this could be a number of different categories. You could also do a who is Owen video, right? Who is you, right? Who is you? Like, who is John Smith? Who am I? And now you've got this video that you can send to people right when you first meet them. All right, so go through that who. Then what? What is the average price of a wedding videographer? What is the average price? Let's go if you're a painter, okay? Let's say that you're a painter. What is the average price of a commission? What is the average price of a painting class? What is the average price of a 34 by 26 canvas, right? What are the asking rates for, what's the average price of jewelry, of glass blowing? You see all of these different, videos where you relatively simple. You're sitting in front of your camera and you're talking about, hey, today I want to talk about what's the average cost of a wedding videographer in Cincinnati, Ohio. Now, as a wedding videographer, I charge a certain rate and I feel like I'm right in the middle of the two, but I want to share with you kind of what the high end is and what the low end is. And you begin to educate your customer, this watcher, this viewer, on what it is that you do. Number one, okay? But number two, and this is the big thing that I learned. The big thing that I learned is you'll get now customers from videos like that, but you'll also be generating this long-term evergreen lead generation funnel. And this is what's going to be, no, excuse me, I misspoke. You're going to be generating leads now, but you're also going to be attracting YouTube views from a wider population of people that can't hire you. Now, Owen, why do I want people that can't hire me? But just think about this for a second. When you're able to find these sort of wide angle videos that cover a large span of people, because there's going to be people in Cincinnati, in South Dakota, in Wisconsin, like all over searching for some of these titles. What's the average cost of a wedding videographer, for example? You're going to attract a lot of people. Why should they watch your video? Well, those views tally up and you become an influencer. You start to build a name for yourself. This is very, very important. But Owen, I don't want to build a name for myself. I just want customers. I get it. Go with me on this. This will turn into customers, because now imagine that your customer goes to your YouTube channel. You just meet them at a Chamber of Commerce meeting, or they're referred to you by your uncle, and you say, hey, it's great to meet you. Check it. I made you a little welcome video. You link them to a YouTube video where you have this video called Who is Owen Video? Who am I? And then on your channel, they see that you have other videos that have thousands, if not thousands and thousands of views. Imagine how much more credibility you have in the mind of that person. Okay. So this is why the who, what, why, where, when strategy for coming up with video content is so powerful. Now, in the beginning, this is really elementary stuff. We could talk about keyword research, and we could talk about trend hacking, and we could talk about all of these things that are wise ideas. But at the end of the day, if you can go who, what, why, where, when, and how to, and then fill out 10 questions in each of those columns, you're walking away with 60 potential video titles. And that comes out to almost more than one video per week. 52 weeks in a year, you're probably not going to live stream every week, right? There's holidays, Labor Day's next weekend. We're not going to stream on Labor Day. But you've got 60 titles, about 52 weeks. Every week you sit down in front of that list, you pick a topic, and you go. Okay? This is a very powerful marketing tool. Now, when I talk about go, by the way, if you're tracking, I see that we have questions coming in. We've got Sebastian is logging in. He's saying the numbers matter, but only if there's value to Absolutely the case. Value comes from your expertise. And this is why you've got to be in a place where you can trigger your own creativity with easy to remember, like acronyms and shortcuts, right? Like the 5 W's is a great way to keep track of your ideas. And you can keep all this on an iPad or on an Excel sheet. Every week you sit down and you just go. So I'd love to know your questions about then what, or I'd love to know your questions about what type of content would work for you. Now, while you've got some questions coming in, I want to also bring up the point that you've got this bigger SEO piece as well that I want you to think about. Like all the things people are Googling, we put so much emphasis on YouTube, and YouTube's awesome, but YouTube is owned by who? Google. And Google is what? 60% of all searches? I know that there's DuckDuckGo and that there's other browsers, Brave, and I'm glad that these browsers exist. I am, but let's get real. Google is the place of commerce, okay? And so I want you thinking not just like what would be good on YouTube, right? Because I see a lot of videographers, photographers, and creatives sort of come to the table with like, oh, I want to make this great video about X, Y, Z, or I want to make this great video about my camera. But look, your customer is not interested in your camera at all. Your customer is interested in the final product that you can get them. So do you sell wedding videos? You should make a video about what your wedding video, package entails. If you sell commissioned paintings, you should make a video about what your commissioned painting entails. You should also be making videos on the key, like the phrases that people might type into Google. Now, again, I could go way deep into SEO keyword and stuff like that, but I don't want to turn this into an SEO training. Okay, that's what our workshop's for. You can go to owenvideo.com/tell-me-more if you want to learn more about our workshops and the education that we do. You want to be in a place where you've got this whole arsenal of videos. And so when someone types in like, it's going to say, it would never do well like on YouTube. It's never going to go viral. Okay. But a video that's like best videographer, Irvine, California, right? Best wedding videographer, Irvine, California. That's 2 different videos. How about best business videographer, in Irvine, California? By the way, shout out to all those FWAP who live in Irvine, where I went to high school, my friends. When you are making these videos, that again, they're not going to go viral. They're not going to like, no, none of your buddies are going to go, oh, wow, great video. Like you nailed it. You know what I mean? What's going to happen is the person with money who goes and types into, best wedding videographer in Irvine, California, or near me, they're going to find your video. Now that video might only have a few views on it, 26 views, 100 views, but the other videos, the wider videos that we talked about earlier, those are the videos that really can bring it home. So ask me your questions about content strategy and the types of videos that you should be making. I want to go in with you how I actually got the customers, how the customers came to me. Now, let's talk. We got a great question from my buddy Kanye West, Timothy Dunn logging in. Good to see you, Timothy Dunn. Let's go to Kanye West's question. By the way, Kanye, great to have you here. He's asking, is it true that the YouTube homepage requires 48 hours of breathing room between uploads? You only upload once a week, which is still enough breathing room for the algorithm to push out your videos. Okay, I think this is a really great question that doesn't maybe apply to everyone. And this is sort of part of the living, breathing ecosystem of YouTube. A once a week schedule is ideal, not necessarily for the algorithm, but for you as the creator. You have to develop consistency. Now, what you publish every week, I think should change. I think that you should have varying categories. For example, On week 1 of the month, you may want to publish a video from the who section of your content plan. But on week 2, you may want to publish a video from the what section. Why am I saying what way? From the what section of your content plan. That way there's this alternating nature. Now, in terms of does the homepage need 48 hours, at the end of the day, viral content will go viral. At the end of the day, content that is well made and well timed will do well on YouTube. You have to ask yourself, like, are you developing? Are you in this place where you're like, if you think that following some type of recipe is going to help you to blow up on YouTube, it's just not going to happen. What's going to blow up on YouTube is creating any type of regularity, okay? Any type of regular schedule with content that connects to your audience. So what if you publish 2 videos daily? If one of them's bomb, it's going to blow up. In fact, I've got a friend of mine reached out to me recently. His kid's gaming channel's blowing up. And he's got videos like every couple of days. I think it's wonderful. Why did those blow up and the others not? Well, these ones are well-made and well-timed. Okay. And so that's something that you have to think about. There isn't any magic sort of like upload schedule. There are best practices. What you have to do is get yourself on a regular schedule that allows you to make each video better than the one before it. Okay. And better is going to have, different results, folks. Like I have videos that we make that are all about, getting people to download an opt-in guide. Or go to our blog. Maybe we're trying to retarget some traffic and we found this is a good search video that will do it. We have other videos. The goal is just to get views and to become number 1 and to create YouTube goals. So I don't need every video to hit the same goal. Okay. I want videos to hit different goals. Okay. This is kind of an interesting question from the Sea Prince. Let's go to this one. And by the way, where's Sebastian? Sebastian, I love the energy and the humor. Thanks for being here today. It's good to have you. Okay. My Sea Prince is asking, let's go to the camera. My Sea Prince is asking, hi, Owen. This has been one of my background thoughts for my channel. Even if it doesn't get loads of views, it is my CV. It is my channel, right? It is my thing that I desire. Is that okay? 100% absolutely. I think that the big challenge is being able to balance that, and I had said earlier about sort of this rotating schedule, where you said that your area is boats. And if you want to like unpack CV for me, so I understand that term, I want to make sure I understand what you're asking. But, let's say that you've got videos on the starboard side, and then you've got videos about the port side. Okay. Or you got videos about anchor techniques. I don't know, Week 1, you post a starboard video. Week 2, you post an anchor video. And week 3, you post another video. And then week 4, you post a passion video. Okay. I believe it's absolutely necessary to post videos that you don't care about the views and you don't really care about the other things. Like I'm working on a video for my Owen Video YouTube channel. If you guys don't know, I have like 3 or 4 YouTube channels. I mean, Owen is at 3 or 4. It's that 4th one. I haven't decided if we're going to do it or not. Like it's already the thing that we have. Okay. But it's already monetized, it's like, do I really want to put more time into it? But the point is rotating those videos, and you have to build in videos. Now, CV is saying CV means curriculum vitae, my resume. Yes, absolutely. I mean, I think that's okay. So what I hear you saying is I'm making videos about things that I want to make videos about, and I don't care about the views. I think that's wonderful. I think that's a great place to be in. Now, I also want to warn against being honest with yourself in terms of having a goal. Like, why are you doing it, my Sea Prince? Why are you spending time doing this? And make sure that that why stays at the forefront. You know, maybe your why is making videos, and let's see what develops. Maybe over time you'll want to get sponsors, or you'll want to maybe offer a product that comes with time, and that's okay. That's absolutely okay. You know, I want you to be able to enjoy the process. Just have fun with it. Yes. However, I will say, like, my curriculum vitae is monetization, because I want to see people like you guys make money with this so that you can keep doing it. And that's when I say be honest with yourself. That's one of the truths that I believe in, is that you have to sort of like make money in this world, you know, at a survival level. And so if you can make money doing what you love, then you can keep doing what you love. And this was the case for me. I got fired from multiple jobs. I found a way to turn video into my livelihood. And I've created a better lifestyle. I told my kids, I've created a better lifestyle than I ever thought it was possible when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I grew up working class. I thought that I would have a slightly better life than my dad. It's 10 times more than that. And it's wonderful. It's a wonderful place to be, but not because of the financial rewards. That's a wonderful thing. I love what I do. I love what I do. And that's, I think, the piece of it. Kanye West is saying, are you excited for Vid Summit? 100%. Vid Summit is going to be off the hizzle. I am returning as the MC, and I look forward to seeing you guys there. We had another question about the length of a video. Let's go to that one. So Ron Williams is saying, what is the best video length for doing YouTube? This is a great question. It's one that we get every time. And I'm going to go back to what I had said before about there's no formula for success. Okay. So in the industry, we have a saying that's the video should be as long as it needs to be. And by that, what we mean is not a moment too long, not a moment too short. And so some of the guiding principles that you should have is don't repeat yourself, right? Don't repeat yourself in the video. Another sort of aspect of that is make every moment valuable. Now, that doesn't mean that every moment has to be the highest quality shots or whatever the case might be. Like, there's always like a building up. But when you take these into your editing, sometimes you'll get a 9-minute video. Sometimes you get a 19-minute video. There might be times you get a 90-second video and you wonder, is that too short for YouTube? Okay. So Ron, as a business creator, I want to give you some like starting points to just think about. 5 to 7 minutes. 5 to 7 minutes. Okay. Now, why do I give you that time frame? Because I want to give you something to shoot for, so that when you're reading it on paper, or you're sketching it out, or you're improvising it, it's a 5 to 7 minute video. For those of you that are going to use live streaming, and I think that you should, I think that with live streaming, you can go live for 5 to 7 minutes on YouTube and Facebook and build up a huge resume that you can now boost on Facebook, but also rank on YouTube. And this is a great way to build an audience. Yes, I should be, Scott. Thanks for letting me know that. But I can't edit it now. Carlos, can you look into that and make sure that we're on all the platforms that we need to be? Now, if your 5 to 7 minute plan ends up being a 3-minute video, that's fine. You know, go with the best possible video. If you're repeating yourself, if you find the story's not moving, if you look away while you're watching your own video, you know, cut that part out and refine the process. You'll get better and better and better. Facebook user is saying, I have a goal, but I don't want the pressure of expectation. That's wonderful. I thrive off expectation. I need to have something to be shooting for. And all that means is that we're different, and we're motivated by different things. So find what motivates you and use that as fuel for your fire. Owen, does it make sense to repurpose live stream trainings that I'm doing in my Facebook group and add them to YouTube? Ron, this is a great question. I'd love to know more about what you do. It really feels like this episode was made for you. So, you know, the question is probably, or the answer is Probably not. And I'm saying that because I want you to look at what your goals are. And if it's to generate business, links, email forms, opt-ins, contact pages, you want people to inquire about your business. At the end of the day, Dragon Fruit, it's good to see you here. At the end of the day, if that is your goal, you've got to ask yourself, will spending this time and or money repurposing a live stream add more inquiries to my business? And the only way to maybe like test that is to test that. So I would try it. I would take a live stream that you've done already, or do a live stream for the intent of repurposing it, make it into 3 or 4 repurposed videos, and then post them strategically, whatever that means to you, on social media, and see what happens. Do you get more inquiries? Are you building momentum? Are more people following you? Are more people sort of getting in the comments, hey, Ron, great piece. Hey, Ron, I saw this on your live. How'd you do that? All of that stuff's awesome. But if you're not getting that type of feedback, or the feedback that you're getting does not outweigh the time and the money that you put in, then I would stop doing it. And here's what I would do instead. And by the way, I've taken my own advice on this. Like this is what we're doing for our own channel. We put a lot of money into repurposing videos, and we've been doing this for quite some time. But we found that Reels and Stories, both video platforms, by the way, Reels and Stories, it's a better use of our time. We also found that, meaning that we get far greater results, far less time. And we also found that, I guess on the same note, like it costs too much money. Like it cost all this money and it wasn't, and my time, like making sure it got done and deadlines, stuff like this. And there was no like direct leads from it. So the better thing to do is invest your time marketing the live stream that you have. Now that goes back to my big thing, okay, which is to do who, what, why, where, when, and how videos. Now, some of those videos will be so good, these live streams that you do, like, what do you do, Ron? Did you write it in here? Not yet. I'd love to know what you do. How do you, so you do a video, it's like how to hire a local artist or whatever the case might be. I had a friend named Ron Wilson was his name, who did painting. So I'll go with you're a painter maybe. You paint commissions and stuff. But, to do these videos on like how to commission a painting or how to turn a family portrait into a painting. You make a video like that or do a live stream like that, and then you embed that into a blog that's been transcribed, and it's like 2,000 words. You can have a service do this on Fiverr, whatever the case might be, but this is your plan. That is a better way to spend your time. And that's what we're doing with this show. We've just made a whole series. We've just made a whole series of videos on like live streaming for photographers, live streaming for dentists, live streaming for contractors, and so on and so forth. All of those videos are actively right now. They're not being repurposed into small little social media pieces. They're being repurposed into big blog posts that will rank on Google, not today, not tomorrow, right? But by next year, our goal is to rank for all of those terms in all of those industries, okay? So that's the goal. Dragon Fruit, I see your question. You are next. Ron Williams is saying, I train realtors how to grow a niche business in residential new construction sales. Well, you should definitely check out our workshop. You'd be a great fit for our workshop. Go to owenvideo.com/tellmemore, and you'll get info on our next workshop, and the dates and stuff are all there. No commitment on the page. Okay, because I love what you do. I work with a lot of people in real estate and ancillary real estate sections. Dragon Fruit logging in. By the way, Dragon Fruit is saying, Owen, you're a lifesaver. You helped me to get 30,000 subs in 7 months. Dragon Fruit, that's amazing. Flop Air 5 to you, because no matter what you hear from me, you got to take action. And you took action and you got some big results. So we're glad to have you here. What's the best way to record a podcast interview and then upload it to YouTube? Well, I would use absolutely 100% Restream.io. That's Restream.io. And I know that you just served that one up to me, so I don't want to get too commercial. But here's why I use Restream instead of OBS or instead of some of the other, I don't want to mention any brand names, but OBS is free, so I feel like it's okay to talk about them. But, you know, there's other softwares out there that do the job, and I've used them, and I don't really have any complaints against them. But what I did find was, like you asked, the easiest way. Some of that means the cheapest way. These softwares are not cheap. But with Restream, and you can go check out Restream at epiclivevideo.com. You have a full broadcasting studio that is a lot like OBS, but it's already ready for you to customize it. And if you don't know how to customize it, doesn't matter. They have a whole template gallery that you can just pick from and choose from. You can go live with the Restream software, but you can also pre-record and upload later. You can also pre-record, transcribe, add captions. You got to do that with a plugin, and then re-upload again and live stream later. You have so many options with epiclivevideo.com, and that's why I recommend them. You can also record different audio files, and you have a whole bunch of different screen layouts that you can use. You can change cameras. You can do all sorts of really cool stuff. So we not only recommend Restream, we use Restream to record a couple of different podcasts that we're building right now, one of which is blowing up on YouTube right now, which is really exciting because we do the show live, but we don't invite anyone to see it. Okay. The doctor who we're working with is not ready to do that yet. So we go live to get him practicing, but it's in a private Facebook group. Nobody's going to get to see it. We then take the recordings that we get in Restream with the audio tracks and the video tracks and all the different cool camera shots, and we chop that into a full 30-minute podcast. We take that 30-minute podcast and we turn it into about a 20-minute YouTube video. We try to chop the YouTube videos down and make them a little smaller. But one of those 20-minute YouTube videos is up to 3,000 views in its first month and maybe a couple of days on the web. So that's a great result for a brand new show. And that's really where much of my expertise comes in, is in brand new shows, getting a show off the ground. So Dragon Fruit, great question. Also asking, what's your live podcast called? We would do the Business of Live Video, which you're watching right now, which is this guy right here. And we are actively turning this into a podcast. The one I was just explaining is called Integrative Medica with Dr. Jake. And we're actively seeking for a new name for that show. Chris P. Giles is logging in. Man, somebody you all should really follow, doing the Amazon thing right. And we've got Adam's Exploits, who says, Owen, glad to catch your live. Looking forward to meeting you in person at People of Video. I will be there. And I think we're booking our flight today, actually. So that's really exciting to see. Kanye West asking another great question. He says, do you recommend for small channels to study big YouTubers and see what they can take away? Yes, of course. But beyond that, you should find a mentor. You should find someone that you are in their programs. You should, and I feel weird because I have programs, of course. But here's the thing. I'm not the right coach for everybody. I am the right coach for a business-minded creator. If you are making videos in order to get customers or make money, then I think that I'm the right person, and in fact, the best person in the industry for that. But if you're more focused on the subscriber growth side of things, more focused on the artwork side of things and filmmaking and making your best video, there's other programs that I think would be more fitting for you. Because Sean Cannell, for example, talks a lot about camera gear and stuff like this. This is not something we go into too much detail about it. Okay, we had a couple questions. Jerry Wald is saying, I love the Video Marketing School. That is our program. You can check it out at thevideomarketingschool.com. There's a lot in there. My C Prince is saying, Owen, I enjoy filming and it might get me a job. Are you looking for a job? Are you looking to start a business? My C Prince, I think that you could do a pretty hefty affiliate business with video. I don't know. I don't know you. I don't know your content too well, but I would love to know more about it. Paul is asking, when is Vid Summit? October last-ish. I think it's October last-ish. Let me look at my calendar here. But I might have that wrong. The 28th. Yeah, the very end of September. The very end of September is Vid Summit, and I can't wait to be there. Okay, we had a couple questions. Avi Aria is asking, hey, Owen, going live. By the way, Avi, good to see you. Congratulations for all your success that's happening on Instagram. It says, Owen, going live on YouTube and saving the recording as an episode. What's your take on this, brother? Absolutely 100%. I believe in repurposing, and I believe in repurposing the right way. What that means is I believe that you need to take that footage and use it in a way that brings more exposure to that footage, right? Like, I don't think that you need to save. I don't think that you need to have 10,000 views on Instagram and 10,000 views on YouTube per se. I think it's better to get 20,000 views on YouTube. Does that make sense? So my point is, if you're going to save that clip and use it elsewhere, that's fine. But your goal should not be that people engage with it there, but that they eventually they move over and subscribe to you on YouTube. See, when I post a video on Instagram, it's not necessarily to get more Instagram viewers. It's so that Instagram remembers that I have a YouTube channel where I unpack way more information. You know, and Instagram is, for me, is a platform where I want people to know what I'm doing, but from what I'm doing in a number of different fields, right? It's like the cancer journey. It's how to restream. It's like, you know, so my kids stuff. I think I'm posting about my kids today. So there's a lot to be said there. And I'm just kind of reading the comments here and getting a little lost in it. But those are my thoughts. Hopefully I answered the question that you were asking. But I believe in repurposing. I want you to have marquee content. I want you to have content that you're driving people back to at the end of the day. Okay. Handyman. My plan is to use, okay, here we go. Sorry, you had two questions. Okay. I attract both DIYers and home service pros. Great. I am using a strategy for just getting top of first page by scheduling upcoming live events with long-tailed keywords. Brilliant. I want everybody to take a screenshot of this. That is brilliant. Okay. We have done this for years. We believe in it, and we believe that you should believe in it too. Schedule long-tail video, pre-scheduled live events. It's huge. It's huge. You could even launch your YouTube videos there as well. Okay, so they are working and staying there. My plan is to use those, our top of first page, and actually sticking and doing a real live event. Yeah, are you not doing actual live events? I thought that was assumed. I thought that was assumed that that you were doing live events. I absolutely think that that's the case. I absolutely think that that's the case. So my thoughts are that you should do a live event for each one of these shows that you do. And I also think you should start leveraging pinned comments in your description box to drive traffic. Okay. And Carlos is erasing the smartass comment that we got from probably somebody with no subscribers. You know, and here's the thing is we're not going to give you guys any attention. We're not going to give the haters any attention here. Small-minded people don't belong on this show. Peace out. We'll see you next time. Okay, so the Handyman Toolbox. I absolutely love your strategy. Keep up that strategy. And I think keep coming back and sharing with us what else is working for you. Tom Nash is logging in, a true professional, my man. Good to see you. Are you planning on doing any of the conferences? We've got Vid Summit, Video Marketing World, and People of Video coming up, and all of it is going to be super, super awesome. Mr. Cast Iron Show. By the way, Mr. Cast Iron, we also have a cast iron channel that we are co-producing, and I love it. I love the whole concept of it. I knew nothing about it, but he says, we've been friends on Instagram. He says, I do a live show on Sunday nights where we interview cooks from all around the world on YouTube. Are you suggesting I repurpose that into a podcast? Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Yes. And I think, honestly, pay very little attention to it, meaning the production value. I think, Mr. Cast Iron, what you do is like you take the episode that you recorded, okay, and you just find a good starting point. And maybe you cut off the first 10 minutes or the first 5 minutes. You find a good starting point, and then you record an intro. And you say, hey, everybody, this is Mr. Cast Iron, and on today's episode, I interviewed so-and-so, and it was a really fun interview, and we started by talking about French fries. Let's roll the tape now. Boom. And then you play the interview, okay? At the very end, you find a good ending point. You have to play it to the end. Just find a good ending point, and you say, well, that concludes our podcast for today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked today's episode, be sure to give me a thumbs up. Sure to leave me a review. That sort of thing. That is how you get that done. So I love the idea. I think it'll blow up your business. I do. I think you'll grow exponentially, especially with a show like yours. Okay. So I love that. My C Prince, I'm loving your questions today. And not really thought of affiliate as I'm just starting out. Can you quickly do a basic on how to start an affiliate? My area is wooden boat restoration, and I'm an MCA yacht master. I love the question, C Prince. I love that you're open to exploring new ideas. So the trick with affiliates is finding out what you're going to affiliate. So you've got a couple different things to think about, right? The number one basic is there anything that you talk about on your show? Hopefully there's lots of things that people can buy on Amazon. Okay. Are there anything that you're talking about that people can buy on Amazon.com? If so, become an Amazon associate. And as those things, you set up an account with Amazon. And then you, I'm looking at the questions still coming in. When you talk about those things in your show, you put the links in your description box. You tell people they're in your description box. Okay. So that's like the basic how to be an affiliate today. Okay. The other part of that is the things that you do sell. Reach out to the things you recommend that your audience use or buy or invest in, whatever. If they're not sold on Amazon, find out who sells them. Ask about an affiliate program. I guarantee you they have one. They maybe just don't advertise it. And they probably already have a system set up to manage it all. In a lot of cases, you'll go to a company called like partnerstack.com as an example, where you set up an account with PartnerStack, you give them your products, you tell them your affiliate bonuses, and then all people can just go to that website and become affiliates. So it's very, very easy. And if you can do that, you will do very well in terms of making a living. There is tons of great stuff happening on Amazon.com, by the way. Jerry Wald, where did Jerry go? Jerry Wald is saying, should I also record shows? I only do lives. I think that you should do shows. I think that what you could do, Jerry, is you could take, the best 5 minutes of your live and then follow the sort of that podcast model and just say, hey, everybody, in today's video, I talked to X, Y, and Z, and we shared this one great tip for stroke survivors. Play it now. And then you play it. And then boom, there you go, right? You've got a YouTube video now. You got a 7-minute YouTube video, 5-minute YouTube video, whatever the case might be. But now you've got like this like clips strategy where I might be interested in your content, and I am. Like, I'm not a stroke survivor, but I know if I were, I would be interested in your show. I know because I'm a cancer survivor, and I subscribe to more cancer podcasts than anything else, more than business, more than comedy. I watch a lot of comedy, but it's all about like metabolic cancer therapy. And that's the things I want to learn about because I want to live my best life. So I think that you should absolutely look at that. Okay. Adam's Exploit is saying, remember you're cookied with Amazon, meaning they follow you for 24 hours. If your audience clicks on the link before purchase anything, I tell them they can help me at no cost by using my Amazon links. Adam, I do the same thing. Amazon.com and my Amazon Associates channel has been blowing up. Paul Duke, I really want to see you at Vid Summit. For those of you guys that are watching if you go to Vid Summit and you're my client, meaning you're in our program, there are some added bonuses. So Paul, be sure to reach out. We can talk about that. Okay, I think we have time for one more question. Dragon Fruit is saying, is it necessary to expand to Spotify for podcasts and move Spotify users into subs on YouTube? Great question today. I would say yes, expand on Spotify, but no, treat Spotify as its own thing. It's a whole different psychology. It's a whole different type of app. It's a whole different type of user. So if you could have a good Spotify base, and I think you should build Spotify before like building maybe even before Instagram. Now, it's a blanket advice, guys, blanket advice. But like, if you don't have an Instagram presence, I would say build on Spotify if you can. If you don't have a Twitter presence, who cares? Build on Spotify. Spotify is a great platform. And it's a different type of viewer. So you're actually expanding your reach. You're not just getting the same people on a different platform. Okay. And that's, I think, important to understand. My good friend, Christopher Bobin, says, Owen, I live in Belgium and must order an Amazon NL or Germany. When I order a grammar book, how can Paul Duke have the percentage? It is my belief, it is my understanding that if Paul sends you his affiliate link and that product can be shipped to the Netherlands, then Paul Duke will get commission for that purchase. In fact, what I would do is I would talk with Paul, and I would love for you guys to sort of like loop me in on this because both Chris and Paul are in my program. I would love for you guys to actually try that. Yeah. And then give it like 2 weeks or 30 days to appear in your analytics, and let's see if he got paid on it. That would be, I'd even make a YouTube video on it. That would be a good thing to study. And it's always a good idea to study the different ways that you can bring customers into your business and grow with live streaming video. Hang on, we've got more questions coming in, and truthfully, we're already past time, but let's just do it. Okay. Owen, I also have a handyman business channel as well. How much of the original content can I repurpose? Every last single bit, man. Here's the biggest mistake I made in my life. I have made hundreds, if not thousands of videos, literally. I've had clients do 25 videos with me in a weekend. We have done so much of that. My biggest downfall that I never did, I wish I could do it again, I didn't bring enough attention to the videos we made. I have made phenomenal videos that no one has seen. And so by repurposing them and getting them in front of more eyeballs, I think is a great idea. Next question is, I have done such simple by repurposing, by rebranding. Okay, you definitely don't want to be taking content from one channel and putting it on another channel unless content on one channel is like 30 minutes an hour, and then you're taking the clips, the 3 to 5 minute videos, and you're putting them on another channel. That is awesome, even if it's word for word, even if it's verbatim. Joe Rogan did that when he was still on YouTube. It's called the Clips channel. I highly recommend it, and I highly recommend tuning in next week for the Business of Live video, folks. It was great to be with you today. My name is Owen. Remember, you can go to owenvideo.com/tell-me-more to learn about our upcoming educational events like webinars and workshops. I hope to see you there. My name's Owen. I'll see you guys.